So I saw a clip the other day of the original Teen Titans, and it really got me feeling nostalgic. And I realized that I didn't know if I had actually seen all of the show. Because back when I was watching it growing up, it was just on TV. We didn't have any of the fancy high speed internet that we have today. So I didn't have a chance to go and watch it anywhere. I just had to watch it whenever it came on. So because of that, I didn't know if I had missed episodes or if I had even seen all of the show at all. And I decided I kind of wanted to go back and start from the beginning and watch the entire thing to make sure that I hadn't missed anything. But I don't want to call it a fear, but I had a bit of a worry of watching a show that I had watched growing up that I really enjoyed. I kind of felt like if I had rewatched it as an adult and it turned out to suck ass, then all of a sudden I have a hole left in my childhood where those good memories were. But I pushed past those worries and I ended up binge watching the entire thing, all 5 seasons of it. I didn't even realize there was that many seasons. And I learned three things from it. One, I'd pretty much already seen the entire thing, except for maybe one or two episodes at the end. Two, the ending sucked. I hated the ending. I understand why they did it. They were real big on hard life lessons, and they kind of wanted to end it on that note. Still hated it. Three, I think I actually enjoyed the show better as an adult than when I was a kid. Like the life lessons that were taught throughout, I mean, the entire show just kind of hit different whenever you're an adult and I don't know, you feel like a lot of people around you haven't learned the lessons even though they seem obvious. I feel like at the beginning, the overall point was basically it's okay for you to be who you are and for other people to be different. Like the Teen Titans fought a whole lot because they had different interests, different personalities, and they ended up having arguments about different viewpoints until they slowly started to accept that it's okay for people to be different, and they got the fuck over it and moved on. And then some of the later episodes that get a little more deep into different topics, like in one episode they talked about racism, where Starfire was being discriminated against, and she had a conversation with Cyborg, and they both talked about how shitty it feels to be discriminated against just on your looks. And as soon as the rest of the friends found out, like the rest of the gang found out, they called out the person doing it. They liked who it was, who he was before they found out that he was doing that, and they didn't let that shit slide just because they liked him before. Like they called him out on it. And there was another episode where there just wasn't a life lesson at all. And that was the entire point. They got to the end of the episode and one of the lines was, "Wait, we didn't learn anything today." There was no lesson to be found here. And they were just like, "Yep." And they fucking moved on. 'Cause sometimes life ain't that deep. I learned a life lesson from it, from them saying there was no life lesson. And it could also be that I'm just reading way too much into all of this, as I like to do, just for the fun of it. But I could sit here and talk about Teen Titans all day. That's not the reason I was wanted to make this. But the whole reason that I'm making this video is because I started watching another show, Gurren Lagann, which is 15 years old, and Teen Titans is 20 years old, in case you wanted to feel old. But it took me a while to actually sit down and start watching this show because I had the same mentality as with Teen Titans. Even though I had never seen Gurren Lagann, I missed the whole hype train when it first came out. But I still had that mentality of old shows more likely to be bad and new shows are more likely to be good, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I've seen enough shitty isekais to know that new does not mean good. But there's still something in my brain that had some fucked up mentality to where I was still hesitant on watching older shows. And it really took rewatching the Teen Titans to get me out of that mindset. And so I started watching Gurren Lagann, and I'm only halfway through. I don't want to talk about it too much, but so far, halfway, it's been fucking amazing. And I have really regretted sleeping on a lot of these older shows. My entire point of saying this, my entire point of making this video is just in case there is someone out there who has that same mentality that I had. And I want to kind of encourage you to give the older shows a try. Go watch Teen Titans or Gurren Lagann, and they'll fucking change your mind. That's really it.